Hi y'all, it's Christina with Stina Resells. I am a part-time reseller on both Poshmark and eBay. I do a lot of ThredUP rescue box unboxings on this channel, and I just recently started a weekly series where I'm going back and I'm looking at the ThredUP boxes that I have unboxed in the past to see what profit I've actually made on these boxes. So I'm starting with some of my oldest boxes so that I know that most of the items have sold, and then recapping for you what those items sold for and then what my total profit on that box was. Most of us track our cost of goods per item, and I do that also. But I just really wanted to go through and see like which boxes I'm making the most profit on and so forth. So I thought I would share it with you guys. It's something I've been wanting to do for a while, and I know that there's many of you that have been enjoying the video. So I'm going to continue doing it. And today we are going to talk about a box that I haven't been able to get in a long time, but is one of my favorites, which is the DIY Rental Retirees box. That box has 10 items in it, and I'm not sure what the current cost of that box would be, but when I was buying them, it was $100. So each item, when you break out the cost of goods, was $10. They are either damaged or older pieces from the Rent The Runway, and they have a partnership with ThredUP, and items that aren't purchased go out in these rental retirees rescue boxes. And the other reason I like this box, besides the fact that I feel like you can make a lot of money off of it, is it's really easy to find stock photos and descriptions, because all you have to do is go to the Rent the Runway website, type in a description of the item, and it will bring up the stock photos and then also a description. So it's super easy when it comes to listing to do that. So anyway, I love this box. Like I said, I haven't seen them up in months, but this is one I got about a year ago. And like I said, the box costs $100 and has 10 items in it. So the first item in this box was by the brand Sanctuary. It was a camo, like a dark camo, kind of like a black camo, puffer jacket. Really cute. I noticed right away when I unboxed it that there was something wrong with it. All the filling had dropped to the bottom. So the bottom of the sleeves, the bottom of the jacket, it's you can refluff it. When I was figuring out how, listing it, you can redistribute it, but within, 30 minutes or so, it all sinks back to the bottom. When I looked up the information through Rent the Runway, and people have comments on their website, multiple people commented that that was happening. So it's obviously a common problem with this piece. I don't know. It hasn't sold. Okay, so that's a 0. So there's the update there. I might drop the price again, but I don't know who's going to want to wear a puffer jacket when you're adding extra thickness around the midsection and the bottoms of the arms. I don't know. And I don't know that there's any way to fix it. But anyways, that one I still have not sold. It's still listed. Not quite sure. I'll drop the price again, but I'm not quite sure if that will sell or what I'm going to do with it. So anyway, that was the first item, 0, still listed. Second item was by the brand Just the Label, and it was a long, really pretty green wool coat. And in the video, the unboxing, which by the way, I'm going to link the original unboxing up so you can see that. In the unboxing originally, I didn't see any issues with it. And that's kind of the thing with this box. You might not notice a flaw right away, and then you go to photograph or even sometimes ship to the client and they discover the flaw. So that's happened before. So I try to be really careful when I'm going through the clothing, when I'm photographing, to try to figure out why it's in this box. But this one had a large tear in the lining of the coat. Like I said, it was a really nice long green wool coat. Beautiful. It was just that tear in the lining that was the problem. That did sell. It sold on Poshmark for $70. And so I made $56 off of that item. And again, I'm going to total all this up at the end for you on the total box. The next item in the box was by the brand Rixo, which at the time I had never heard of. And it was this really pretty black and white floral dress. It kind of had flowy sleeves and like a stretchy bust, and it was just really pretty. There weren't any issues with that dress. That one was in great shape. And that one did sell on Poshmark for $65. And so I made $52 after the fees. The next item in the box, which is funny because I felt like it was the worst item in the box and it ended up being valued at like the most. But it was by the brand Gani, and which I had also never heard of. And it was like a silk floral, very feminine mini dress. And it felt, honestly, I actually don't know if it was 100% silk. It was probably satin, but it felt kind of cheap to me. And I remember it did have a flaw. It had like tearing or a rip across the neckline. So I was disappointed about that. But then when I looked up the value of what it retails for, I was like, okay, well, I can make some money on this. I did list it. I always note flaws like overly so people know exactly what they're getting. That sold on eBay for $110. So that was awesome. The next item was by the brand Veda. It was this really cool jumpsuit that had kind of a halter neckline. It was dark, like a dark background with all these like kind of neon like print throughout. It did have a tear, and I was worried that it wasn't going to sell because the tear was not in a seam. Like the material itself had just ripped. So anyways, of course I noted that someone would have to fix it. I am not that person. So some of y'all are great at like fixing items or, you know, mending things. And that's not my set of skills. I've done it when it's easy, but some of these hard ones I just don't touch. That one sold also on Poshmark for $50. And so I made $40 on that jumpsuit. So then the next item in the dress, which is a brand I was familiar with, was Reformation. And it was a long black dress, kind of had little white and yellow flowers throughout. It was very pretty. And surprisingly, no flaws with that dress. So I knew that that one was going to sell fast and that it was going to sell right away. And it did. And that sold on eBay for $125. So I was super happy about that. The next item in the box was also by Reformation. And this dress was like had spaghetti straps. It was a cherry red, which I actually think cherry might have been in the official name of the dress, but it was a bright red, had kind of a little ruffle around the neckline, a shorter dress. And I didn't notice any flaws with this dress. When I was photographing, and again, I do try to do a good job at going through and making sure there's no issues. That one also sold right away. It did sell on Poshmark for $70. And then so I made 56 on that. Now, I will tell you, after the buyer accepted it, she did message me and tell me that she didn't realize that the zipper only went like halfway down. Like the zipper was messed up. And I didn't really think to check the zippers. So now, whenever I get this box, I do unzip and re-zip the garment just in case there is a problem with the zipper. She was still happy with it. She said she was still able to get it on, but she just wanted to let me know that something was wrong with the zipper and it would only go halfway down. So there was a problem with that one in the end. But I was happy that it sold, and she overall was happy with the dress. The next item was another brand I was not familiar with. It's by the brand Keepsake. This is really adorable navy romper. It kind of gave me like eyelet lace vibes. And the only thing with this didn't have any flaws either, but the only problem with this one was that because of the material, because it had been worn so many times and then cleaned, it was very like faded in a lot of areas on the garment. So you could tell that it was well loved. But it did sell. It was probably my lowest sale out of the box. well, except for my items that haven't sold yet. And that was $40. I sold that on Poshmark, so then I made 32 on that one. The next item, which I also was like, is this gonna sell? I don't know. But it did, was by the brand The Great. And it was kind of this oversized, boxy, large corduroy, almost like a yellow or rust color jacket. And the issue with this jacket is that on the corduroy, you could also tell that it had been worn a lot. So I made sure to note that in the listing that, there is wear on the corduroy. And that jacket sold for $120 on Poshmark. So I was super thrilled by that. So I made 96 on that jacket. The last item in the box is still listed, so this is going to be a 0, but it's by the brand 1520. And the jacket itself, the outer shell, is in great condition. It's really a pretty jacket. It's got kind of this Southwest vibe. It's blue and brown, kind of this pattern. The problem with it is the lining on the inside of the jacket is like completely shredded on like 2 sides. So whoever purchases this is going to have to either take the lining out or get it relined. And I don't know if somebody wants. So we'll see if someone ends up purchasing that. I probably will drop the price again as we start to move into fall and see if somebody just picks it up at a steal, just so I can make my money back on that. So I have 2 jackets still listed from this box. So of the 10 items, 8 have sold and sold for amazing amounts. That's why I love this box so much. Each item is 10. Now, okay, let me just say, I've had other Rent the Runway boxes where the brands were not as great as this box, where I got a lot of like Madewell. Nothing wrong with Madewell, but just in a rental retirees box, some of them are not the same caliber of brands as this box was. So anyway, but that's just a little note, and you'll probably see that on future videos. But this box did great for me. Like I said, 8 out of 10 items have sold. So my total revenue on this box was $650. And then when you take out the like listing fees and discounted shipping through Poshmark for any of those items that I offered discounted shipping, and then the cost of the box, which was $100, my total profit on this box was $467. So this is why I love this box. Now I'm going to do updates on other boxes that I did, that the rental retirees, they're not as good as this one, and we'll see what I made. But this box was awesome. $467 profit off of a box is like bananas. So super thrilled about that. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know the last time you saw a rental retirees box up on ThredUP, because I feel like I haven't seen one in forever. And let me know if you've done the box before and how the box did for you. There is a lot of like damage on the items. It's the only thing you have to be aware of when you go in to buy it. Anyways, thanks for joining me today. I hope you found this helpful. And hopefully these boxes will come up again on ThredUP. I definitely will order one. Anyways, thanks for joining me. See you guys next time. Bye.